What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to Go. This is a show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and as you can see by my shirt, I think you guys kind of have an idea of what we're going to be talking about this week, and of course much more. But without further ado, let's get right to the business. So first up, big congratulations to Liverpool on being Champions League winners. They're 6 European Cups, meaning they have the third most European Cups of all times. Big congratulations to them, man. So well deserved from the beginning to end of this competition. They really put in the work, so much passion. The players, they want to play for the club so badly, and Klopp, after failing at winning a cup and getting to so many finals, Salah last year, man, let's get into it, man. Salah last year came out during the Champions League final with an injury, came out crying, and now he scores the very first goal in this year's Champions League final. And it was a bit controversial. You know, within the first 20 seconds, penalty, Mane actually kicks the ball and hits Sissoko in the chest and rolls onto his arms, and they call it a penalty. And the reason why, I know a lot of people are asking about this, why it didn't go to VAR. I mean, this is what it's for, right? It's because when something like this happens and the referee has doubts, the VAR, the other officials, everybody's communicating. We're not hearing it, but they're communicating. You can see he kind of stopped for a second to listen to what they were saying. And when the VAR officials and everybody else is saying, yo, it's straight up a penalty, it's not going to go to VAR just to please the fans. I'm loving every bit of the story. More and more is coming out, showing you how much special this team is. I mean, they really fought for this. Really fought for this, and in the end, they got it. And Origi really coming out of nowhere, scoring 2 goals, 2 in the semifinals, and then going to the finals and coming out as a super sub and scoring the nail, like the final nail in the coffin. What really took Tottenham down was that last goal by Origi, and it's just an incredible thing seeing how everything comes together for this team to create this one big fairy tale ending. I mean, there's just so many elements to this. Seeing how Henderson and his dad, the moment that they have, you know, learning about the fact that his dad was battling cancer and is going through treatment, and them sharing that moment and him hugging him for so long and crying, is just, the emotions in this is incredible, and it just shows you how much this really means to these players. Klopp, again, like it's just the funny moments too, aside from just the emotional, and him being drunk at the parade is just, it's just all in good fun and showing you like just this big relief of winning this after so much hard work, you know. And it's a good lesson for anybody out there. You can lose, there's always chances to go back to the finals. There's always more work you can do to improve yourself and make sure that those last mistakes, you can learn from them. I mean, Tottenham have never won a Champions League final, and this specific team has never been. When's the last time this team got to a finals? Like, especially of this magnitude, it hasn't happened. So the fact that they were there, I think lack of experience also lacked for this team, and why it just wasn't that great of a game for them. Overall, I'll say this. All congratulations to Liverpool and Tottenham for the effort, but it was a super boring game. I'm sorry, Premier League. I have to say, this is why I'm like, man, I wanted a La Liga team or something in the final, because y'all get there, supposedly the most entertaining league in the world or in Europe, and y'all, that's the final that we get. That was super boring, man. It was come on, y'all can't do that. And I'm not taking anything away from the players. Y'all work hard to get there, but I wanted a bigger show, man. And also, I feel a little bad for Coutinho. The fact that he literally left Liverpool so that he can win the Champions League, so that he can win big trophies. And the year he leaves, he gets eliminated by Liverpool, and Liverpool wins the Champions League, the biggest competition in Europe. I feel sorry for my guy, man. It's so bad, but hopefully he stays with Barca. Hopefully he doesn't get So, and we can actually win this trophy next season. But yet again, congrats to Liverpool. Big congrats to all around every player, the staff, coaching, everyone involved in bringing home this trophy. And good effort by Tottenham, man. It just wasn't meant to be. And hey, if anything, Liverpool has taught them that it's not over. You can go back-to-back finals and you can learn from your mistakes and eventually win the competition. So keep fighting. They have an incredible squad. It was probably a mistake not putting Lucas in there instead of Harry Kane, but what happened. You can only move forward and get better, and hopefully maybe I'll be in the finals next year with Barca. And now for the second greatest competition, club competition in Europe, the Europa League. And Chelsea are the winners of the 2019 Europa League competition. Big congratulations to Chelsea, man. What a season y'all been having. Jesus. So much from it just fails after fails, and Hazard being on fire, yet that team struggling to make top 4. And the whole Arrizabalaga thing with Sarri and him storming out, and right before the finals he stormed out of training, and it's just so much, it's drama after drama after drama, and Conte being injured with this Chelsea team, but they actually got the job done. Hazard, 2 goals, 1 assist. Congratulations to them, man. And Arsenal, they did their thing. Much more entertaining game. They put up a bigger fight than the Tottenham game, and it was so much more entertaining. They had so many missed chances. Arsenal, that game could have easily been 4-4. Could have easily been into additional time, but it just wasn't meant to be. But they have a good team. They're forming themselves. Unai is doing a great job with this team, and they're rebuilding. They're reforming right now. And looking into the future with the young guys, with the Gendouzi, and I butchered this guy's name, but there's a lot to be learned. There's a lot of youth in the team, and if you use them the right way, definitely Arsenal is going to be threatening in the next following seasons. But then also after that match, it seems like Hazard is actually leaving Chelsea. I mean, the reporter asked him if this is goodbye, and he said, yeah, it seems like it is, and he's had an incredible 7 years with Chelsea, but now that it's time to move on. And, it was announced like a day or two before that today, actually, when this video comes out, that it's possible that Real Madrid will announce Hazard as their new player. And finally, it's been rumors summer after summer, winter, transfer windows after transfer windows. It's always a thing. Hazard is going to Madrid, and it seems like it's finally happening. Actually, by the time this video comes out, the news might be there. But in other transfer news, congratulations to Antonio Conte back into coaching another team. Once was Europe's elite football club, Inter Milan. He's back in Italy, coaching again in his homeland, and I can only wish him the best. I mean, the fiascos with Chelsea, which seems to be with every manager nowadays with that team, but that's over with. That saga is over with. He can only move forward now. He's got a Champions League playing team. They're back in it. Who knows? Maybe he's the guy that they need to go back in the top and really compete again and make Inter great again. So let's see what happens, but best of luck to him. And now, this is a serious matter. Going away from actual the game, it was some allegations came out this weekend that Neymar, a certain woman, accused them of rape, and serious allegations, especially now during the Me Too era and the rising in women coming out and accusations against different men, especially powerful men. We have to take these things seriously. And this is a disclaimer. Neymar is my favorite player of all times. He's arguably, for me, he's one of the most brilliant players on the planet. But that does not exclude him from making mistakes, from doing bad things, not just making mistakes, from consciously, he's a grown man, from doing wrong things. Now, also, that doesn't mean that, and a lot of people do this where whenever there's an accuser, we automatically either just say, oh, she's lying, blah, 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 because we love whoever, the woman is accusing, or the other side just completely says, yes, he's a rapist, he's wrong, blah, 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 kill his career, defame his name, all that stuff. And it's the wrong way to go about it. Believe the accusers just as much as we believe the accused, until all the facts are straight, until everything comes out, until the allegations are actually proved or disproved. And then if it's clear that the person is lying, to actually go forward with that and move accordingly and have the proper sanctions against them. And this happened in Brazil. Brazil authorities are working on the case. And if it's actually that the accused, in this case Neymar, is wrong, then also having the proper sanctions, because this is on both sides. This is very serious and it should be handled accordingly. Of course, I don't want to see if, this woman was just bored, whatever. This is a big deal. And I don't want to see, I don't like hearing about these cases, but it's very real and it happens. And I don't want to see her having her life ruined. And really, I don't want to see Neymar having his life ruined. But whoever is in a wrong here, they're both adults. And it's gonna, whatever happens, if justice is served, whoever's in the wrong needs to get exactly what they deserve, the proper sentencing for that. But, Neymar quickly came out on social media, on IGTV, and released a video explaining himself and explaining, he was looking down a little bit. Not like, I look down or whatever, but it's not like I'm not reading from a prompt or whatever. This is all off the dome, homie. But, he was obviously, there was some stuff, and I understand that sometimes, you got PR firms and different stuff like that who kind of tell you how to word things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if he's speaking his truth, also, it's expressing it in the right way is important. And he also shared, which was big mistake, shared, a bunch of text messages and some pretty graphic, not too graphic, but some intimate pictures that the lady had sent to him over WhatsApp in their conversations up until the last part of when they stopped texting each other. So after their night together, he did confirm that they had, a little something that happened. He flew her out to Paris, blah blah blah, whoop-de whoop. They did a bing 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 bing, and whatever. The whole thing happened. But whatever this is, I just hope like the Ronaldo thing, it seems like that cleared up quick and we never really spoke about it again. Hopefully this just evaporates in the air and it wasn't a big deal and it could just go away without anybody having their... I just want peace. I don't want him to be in all this trouble. I don't want her, whoever she is. I heard, he said she has a kid, whatever. Her identity is not being revealed yet, and I hope I just hope somehow there can be a common ground and peace on both sides. But last but not least, I wanted to end this on, it's a sad case. And this weekend, Sevilla came out with the news that Jose Antonio Reyes, a former player of them, had been in a car accident, a fatal car accident, and he sadly passed away. And the reason why, and the whole, of course, as always, shout out to beautiful, beautiful people of football, man, showing so much support and love for this guy. And of course, I'm talking about it because he was a football player, and that's how I connect with him. I'm not going to act like, I knew this guy or whatever, and he was my favorite player. I didn't until now, and he played for Arsenal and various teams in Spain. But the main thing is not to make this as much about us or the teams that he played for, his accomplishments as a footballer. This guy had a wife. This guy had 3 kids. He was a son, a friend, and this is a real life that was lost. And firm believer in everything happens for a reason, but that's easier said. That I wouldn't look at his family in the eyes and say that, as that would be super insensitive. But it's a loss of life, and we can only send out our condolences and positive energy and as much prayers, if you believe in that, to the family, so that they can grieve in peace and, get over as quick and recover and move forward with this, because it's hard losing a family member like that, and especially their kids growing up without a dad now. It's just so hard to even imagine. But again, from myself, I hope that his soul can rest in peace and that his family get the closure that they deserve and they can move on peacefully with their lives, hopefully at some point in time, because it will take a while. But with that being said, guys, finishing this on a high and uplifting and positive note. Okay, bringing it back to the Champions League. If you're ever doubting or thinking that you failed at something and that's the end of it, look at this, man. Liverpool, a Premier League side who's been struggling to get that Premier League trophy, got beaten by Manchester City 2 years in a row, and the fact that they came back next year and won it, Salah getting injured and then scoring in that final back-to-back years. Tottenham even taking a positive from that. They're a great team, made no purchase this year and still got to the Champions League finals, still made top 4. They'll be back next year. That's motivating, man. That's inspiring, and you guys need to learn from it. I'm learning from it. I'm taking all that energy in and using it as self-motivation for myself, okay? Just channel that and use it in your real life. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoy this little rant also at the end, make sure you drop a like for goal, drop a like for football, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos when they come out. Also check out the music and the social media in the description. Follow your boy on the gram and all that, and I'll see you guys next time on Goal. Peace.